Hi everyone, today we have a new video review, and as you can see, this time I haven't debuted the new truck model from ICM. It is made in 1/35 scale and it copies Studebaker US6-U3. So this one is copying the vehicle in German service, and one of them is depicted here on the box art. The kit number is 35493, and well, this is the commercial sample, so it means you will get exactly the same stuff if you order it, for example, from Modelimix. It should be already available together with the previous versions, and the box size here I would say is standard for such type of the release from ICM. Here is comparison with my hand. We have nice box art. On the side you will find also some information about the kit, and if I take a look I can see that we have 220 parts, and assembled model will be 183 millimeters long. And then on the opposite side you can see also 3 marking options which are included here. And note that on the box art we have the truck with the tarpaulin, while here we have the trucks shown without it, so it will be interesting whether it is included or not. So first of all, the box is sealed here, so I'm going to cut through it, and in the meantime I can remind you that you can check the videos with the previous versions on the same YouTube channel which you are watching at the moment, and these were quite decent trucks with really good features out of the box, so that's why it might be a good addition to your collection, especially considering if you plan to build some diorama in a World War II setting. So as you can see, the box styling is typical. We have this flexible top section, and that's just like any other ICM kit. And let's open this box. Here we have assembly manual on the top, and then we have the plastic sprues in one plastic bag. But yeah, you might have noticed that we have the tarpaulin included, so that's actually a good thing. And even better is seeing how it is designed, because it shouldn't be assembled out of separate sections. So such thing will be a bit more convincing in appearance, especially in a 1/35 scale kit. So I'm opening the plastic bag, probably you can hear it. And I need to open one more, which is dedicated to the clear plastic sprue, so just give me a second. Okay. So here we have the clear plastic sprue, and let's zoom in. And now you can see all of these parts for the front cap. We have the lenses here. The molding quality is really good, but we don't have the masks. I wonder if the masking template will be included here, because in some of the recent releases ICM actually includes it, so I hope it is featured here as well, because this thing is very useful for the nice result, and of course it's time saving as well. Next we have the tarpaulin, and as I said, it is made as a one-piece part, which is really cool thing, because as you can see it's just a smooth connection. You don't have to work on the panels connections. Here inside we have the special, I guess, guidance slots for the framing, but that's pretty much all of the features, and it looks convincing. I mean, all those wrinkles with some pre-shading, it will look good, and for 1/35 scale this is definitely a nice feature to have. Next we start with the front cap panels, which are molded on the first frame. So I will place it like this, and let's zoom out a bit. So now you can see that here we have the separate bonnet. We also have the separate doors. These are internal panels, I think, or no, these are actually external, and internal should be on the next sprues. We also have the dashboard here, and note that the windscreen frame is molded together with the roof, which is rather interesting parts division. We have also the 2 types of the front grille. And I'm not sure if we have the PE parts included here. I do not see any, so you have to use the plastic parts for the front grille. But as you can see, the doors are actually detailed from the other side as well. So I guess I'm confusing it with one of the German trucks from ICM, which were actually assembling the doors out of 2 parts. Next we continue with the rear bed. So here it is. And here, as you can see, we have the separate panels which should be combined together. No wooden texture, but we have these frames for the tarpaulin. As you remember, we have the special recess slots for proper placement, so it might be a wise idea probably to fit these to the rear section and then align them with the tarpaulin so that they will look convincing. But otherwise it looks really good. We have the rear bed supports already pre-molded in place, and we have here some pins protruding from this part, but I hope this is not crucial that they are so long. But I mean, in the worst case, you can just shorten them up during the assembly. Next, we have the plastic wheels. So here I have to say that this is definitely a better thing than the vinyl tires. And we have some features on the sidewalls. So if I zoom in, you can see that we have some tire naming, also some sizing written there. And we also have the leaf springs there as well. So overall, it looks quite convincing. And I think for out-of-the-box build, it's more than enough. And again, it's better than the rubber tires. There is no imitation of the weight effect, unfortunately, and that could be a good thing as well, but not many modelers actually prefer this thing, so maybe it's fine. And what I'm looking next is another plastic sprue. Here we have some additional sections for the tarpaulin, because as you remember, we did not have the front and rear sections, so at least here you have to work on the smooth connection. But otherwise, I think they are completely fine. And we also have some parts for the full wheel drive. As you can see, it will require additional installation of the drivetrain. Next, we have one more plastic sprue for the rear bed. Here it is. So this is, I guess, the frontal wall. This is one for the rear. And then we also have some bars which will be installed below. Here you can check them from the opposite side. So here I think it's a wise idea to play with wood weathering a bit, because otherwise it will look plain, and these panels rarely stayed in a new condition, let's say, so that's why it's a good opportunity to replicate something interesting. And last but not the least is the sprue A. So here we have the engine parts as well as the drivetrain part. For the drivetrain, it's interesting that this section is molded as a single piece part. As you can see, the wheel axles are molded together, so you just need to separate it and it's ready to be installed onto the truck. But here you can see also the chassis bars. Those ones will have to be assembled separately, and we will see it now in the assembly manual. But first, I think we have also decals to check, so just give me a second. Yeah, the decal sheet is not that huge, but here we have all necessary symbols for the truck. We even have some dials for the interior, and assembly manual looks like this. So let's close the lenses a bit, zoom out a bit. Okay, so what we have here is the large brochure, again short history note on the first page. Then we continue with the parts map. And overall, it's a standard ICM format. Note that here some parts will not be used, so pay attention to which one should be used, because I think these are different versions of the some drivetrain parts. As you can see, this one will not be used. And assembly process starts with the chassis. As I said, it's a matter of combining the separate tabs together, so pay attention to the alignment of those parts, because it will be very important to get it in, I would say, in the right shape. Then we continue with the drivetrain, also some parts for the steering mechanism. Here we continue with the spare wheel, side steps, and also the fuel tank. Then we install the wheels. Probably it's a good idea to leave them aside until the whole truck is assembled for and painted for the weathering. Here we continue with the front cap. So as you can see, it's also combining separate panels together. Just like on the Rio truck, the front cap was quite plain. I mean, not that rich on the features, but maybe it's worth checking some reference material in order to replicate some minor features. Here we continue with doors. So manufacturer does not suggest that you can open the door, but I think it's possible considering the fact that we have the doors molded separately. Next, we continue with the bonnet. We assemble the rear bed, which can be assembled in two versions. And then we install the rear bed on the main chassis. Here we assemble the tarpaulin. So again, it's the question how you will be building. Note that the tarpaulin version is assembled without the supports, which is rather strange, because it should be visible through the rear opening as well, so I would rather try to replicate it as well. And here we have the final steps. As for the marking options, we have quite an interesting camouflages. So this is a truck from Eastern Front 1943, another one from 1944, and the third marking option is this, let's say, winter camouflage from 1944. and it might be also a good thing to replicate some weathering and scratch surfaces. So overall, new kit looks like another good addition into lineup of the US trucks in 1/35 scale, and of course I will be happy to hear your opinion about this kit, so write it here in the comment section below or get it in Modelimex, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye.